It was one of those days where the rain didn't just fall, it poured. The sky was a heavy gray, the kind that made even the most determined city dwellers pick up their pace. Umbrellas bobbed along the sidewalk like petals in a stream. People hunched their shoulders, coats drawn tight, heads bowed, everyone in a rush to be anywhere else. But as she turned the corner, she stopped. There, standing near the edge of the crosswalk, was a little boy. No older than 6 or 7. He stood completely still, water dripping from his hair, his shirt clinging to his thin frame. No jacket. No umbrella. Just a soaked backpack and wide, uncertain eyes. People passed him by dozens of them. Some glanced at him, then looked away. Others didn't even notice. Too wet. Too busy. Too focused on their own lives. But she saw him. She slowed down and stepped toward him, her shoes sloshing in the puddles. When she reached him, she crouched down, bringing her umbrella down to cover them both. He flinched slightly, not in fear but surprise. As if kindness was a language he hadn't heard in a while. "Hey," she said softly. "Are you okay? Where's your mom?" He looked up at her, water streaming down his face, not tears, just rain. His voice was barely more than a whisper. "She went to get help, but she didn't come back." The words hit her like a cold gust of wind. Her heart clenched. She nodded gently, masking her concern. "Okay. Don't worry. I'm going to stay with you until someone comes." She called the police, gave them their location, and stayed right there beside him. They waited. 5 minutes. Then 10. She kept talking light, calm words to keep him steady. She even offered him her scarf, which he clutched like it was a blanket from home. Finally, the cruiser pulled up. 2 officers stepped out. They spoke with care, thanked her, and led the boy into the car. She never asked his name. She figured he'd be safe now, that was all that mattered. She walked home in the rain, alone, her umbrella soaked and heavy. But her heart strangely warm. Years passed. She never forgot that day, though it slipped quietly into the background of her memory like a faded photograph in an old drawer. Then one afternoon, as she was leaving a bookstore, a man stopped her. "Excuse me," he said. "You probably don't remember me." She turned. He was in his 20s now. Tall, clean-cut, wearing a neat coat and a kind expression. "But I never forgot you. Or your umbrella." There was a pause. And then, like sunlight after a storm, it hit her. "The little boy," she whispered. "In the rain." He smiled. "You waited with me. You stayed. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't." She felt her throat tighten. "I was just glad I saw you," she said. He reached into his bag and pulled out a small, wrapped package. "I run a shelter now for kids. A safe place for the ones who get lost in the storm. I wanted you to have this." She unwrapped it carefully. Inside was a miniature umbrella, not for rain but for display. Handcrafted. Engraved on the handle were the words, "One small kindness can last a lifetime."